Hello, welcome to Littler House. We are continuing our pocket series today with another type of pocket that's a little bit like our side seam pocket, but this is the kind that has a diagonal opening along the front where your hand goes in. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Very simple. So what you'll need is your front and back, of course, of your garment. You'll need one pocket this time. And then you'll need to finish this edge somehow. How you finish this is up to you. I'm going to throw a little binding on. You could turn it, just turn and stitch it down, whatever works for you. I have some binding left from a quick little video I did, so I'm just going to throw that on there. Okay, my pocket binding is done. This is just the edge of the pocket where my hand will go in. Ignore my contrast thread. I do that so you can see. Of course, you would use a matching thread. So here's the back of my trousers, and here's the front, and this is going to go along here. I think with that binding on, you should be able to visualize this a little better now and see that that's where the pocket is. Okay, so now we have our pocket piece. My pocket piece is in a contrasting color. Yours would not be, because this is going to show. So we would want this, unless you were doing this as a statement, we would want it the same color, the same fabric as our front, but mine is contrasting so you can see it. I'm going to just put this together so you can see what this will look like. Once we get all of this sewn together, here's what we're going to essentially have. This is kind of filling in for this lost piece of my garment, okay? The pocket itself is what's going to cover my hip bone. This is the part of the garment that's over my hip, and it will be attached via the side seam to the back of the garment. The pocket itself will be attached to the front of the pants around here, so that's what makes the pocket bag where my hand goes in. So that's what we're going to do next, is sew our pocket to our front piece. Now, I would recommend that you pin this in place all the way around. I'm just going to throw one pin up here at the top, just to keep that from shifting too much, but you would want to pin it all the way around. Okay, now starting over here at the edge, using my standard 3/8 inch, 1 centimeter seam allowance, I'm just going to stitch all the way around. So here's my pocket bag stitched all the way around to the back side of my front piece. So I didn't mention before, I hope it was intuitive, this is the right side of your front and the right side of your pocket bag. So this is one of those unusual circumstances where we're not sewing right sides together. It's actually right side of the pocket to the wrong side of the front of the garment. Essentially what we're doing is we're constructing a full front piece. I hope that makes sense. So you can see here I've got my top stitching. Now this really is the type of pocket I would put on a casual pair of pants. I would not do this on a pair of dress trousers, because this top stitching automatically adds a casualness to this. I think the diagonal slant to the pocket here does too, but this would be great on cargo trousers or kind of linen trousers that you would wear, on holiday, things like that. This is fantastic for joggers because it reduces the bulk, because you only have one extra piece here instead of two like you have with a regular side seam pocket. So especially if you're using the sweatshirt fabric, this cuts way down on bulk. But this top stitching also leaves a little bit of an indent in the sweatshirting that you make your joggers out of. And I really like the look. I think it looks really cool that way. So here's our front piece now, and we're going to align our back piece, and we're just going to sew the side seam all the way down this side. I'll come back once that is done and pressed for you to see. Okay, so here we are, all finished and pressed. This is the back side of my garment over on this side. This is the front, and of course I've got the pocket opening here now that I will be able to get my hand into. All in all, I think that's a super easy pocket to do, and I think it looks really sharp. It looks, in my opinion, a lot more complicated than it actually is. I hope that takes a little bit of the mystery out of that kind of pocket, how you do that. And let me know if you have any questions. I hope that helps.